Why wait till tomorrow to find out about Justin Herbert's finger when you can simply cut it open today? Hey everybody, nothing up their sleeves. Watch as Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers magically make $680 million disappear. And UCLA will be without the nation's best pass rusher for the LA Bowl. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos morning report. So it is December 12th, 2023. It is a lovely day outside. I can't wait to get some air. But before I do that, let's talk a little LA sports. Do you like being in the know about LA? Then clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist, and by all means, comment. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Now, before we go through the day's news and notes, a look at the scoreboard. Yesterday, Kawhi Leonard drops 34 points. Clippers 132. Portland 127. Give the Clippers credit. They're starting to figure things out. Meanwhile, today, the Lakers are at Dallas at 5:30, and Sacramento will be at the Clippers at 7:30. Bones Highland missed last night's Portland game. We'll find out if it's going to be two in a row. But let's get to the news, because we have an absolute ton to get to. So, this accelerated a little faster than previously anticipated, right? Do you remember how we were talking about yesterday, how it was going to take a few days to find out how long Justin Herbert was going to be out with a busted index finger in his throwing hand? Yeah, doctors might break out the Ginsus as earlier today to slice that bad boy open. This is according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. Brandon Staley told the Scribes that Herbert was going to see two hand specialists yesterday. I'm just going to guess that they took one look at that thing and started puking. Why do you need a third opinion when the first two are like, bleh? And I feel bad for the guy. I do. I don't want to have any surgeries. I like the fact that all the scars I got came the old-fashioned way. Bar fights. But yeah, let's just take a moment. If you have, I don't know, a rosary, prayer beads, maybe some incense, let's all set up a prayer for Easton Stick. Never met the dude. He's the backup quarterback for the Chargers. But at the rate that the Chargers are getting injured, I'm starting to think that sometime during the third quarter of Thursday night's game, Max Crosby is going to go double dutching with the dude's small intestines. This is not really a good time to be a Charger right now. Not safe. OSHA needs to get involved. The Chargers currently hold the number 10 overall draft pick, if you're wondering. But if you're also wondering, as I'm wondering, at this point, working under Brandon Staley does not exactly carry a lot of job security. I believe that because an assistant coach jumped ship yesterday, Will Harris. He's leaving the Chargers to coach the secondary over at the University of Florida. But let's be real here. As much as you may hate the Chargers defense overall, there has been a lot of wailing and gnashing of teeth over that secondary that Harris bloody well coached. Remember, J.C. Jackson was already traded away because for whatever reason, he couldn't grasp what the Chargers were trying to do in the secondary. Shouldn't that a little bit be Harris's responsibility? Keep in mind, they were talking about shuffling this guy in the lineup, that guy out of the lineup. The secondary was not supposed to be a problem at all. Meanwhile, there was this long column in the LA Times demanding that the Chargers, quote, blow this whole thing up, unquote. But to be honest, I didn't read it. I paid for the subscription and I still didn't read it. Look, the LA Times is leading this issue from behind, as they say in politics. Leading from behind. And by the way, I'm not claiming I'm leading it either. I'm not. Bolts fans are leading it about blowing the whole thing up. They're the ones chanting "Fire Staley" during the game on Sunday. All I can tell you about the Chargers right now is this, because there's so much unknown. Will they keep Staley? Will they keep Tom Telesco? We have no idea. But what I can tell you is the Chargers built a decent, albeit shallow, roster. Great bunch of first teamers, but if anybody gets hurt, it's a 5-alarm fire. And they had a lot of people hurt this year. Meanwhile, you take a look at the Rams, they wrapped enough plastic explosives around their own roster to level half of Baghdad, and they still have a better record. What can I tell you guys? Tough year for the Chargers. Straight and simple. A good friend of mine asked if there was anything in the signing of Shohei Ohtani that I hated. He's an Angels fan. He knew I was giddy over what was going on. And after a little thought, I figured that the first thing that we need to know is how much of that $700 million is deferred. Because if it isn't that much, you would figure the Dodgers cannot surround the guy with the talent that he needed in Anaheim. Oh, sure, Anaheim had Mike Trout, but the rest of that team was paper thin. And Ohtani and the Dodgers deferred $680 million. 97% of the man's contract is deferred. So that's going to be helpful against the luxury tax threshold. That's going to be helpful in terms of building a team. All that stuff I was saying, by the way, for the last couple of days about the Dodgers not being in the running for top free agents, I am wrong. I am wrong. I am not above admitting when I am wrong, guys. I was wrong. I didn't realize that much was going to be deferred. Now, you might think it's not fair to defer $680 million because, let's be real, you can't really hide that under the couch cushion. But here's one thing. Contract money has been deferred even before Major League Baseball had such things as luxury taxes. You might remember that for years, decades even, some jackass on ESPN would get his yuck on, claiming, hey everybody, Bobby Bonilla gets another $1 million from his deferred contract. Hardy har har. That's how it works. It was $1 million a year as opposed to what Ohtani's getting, but you get the idea. And by the way, Ohtani last year alone earned $40 million as a result of endorsements. $40 million. So I think he's going to be okay, folks. I think he'll be okay. Vic Davella, who won 2 World Series in a 16-year Major League career, last 4 with the Dodgers, died December 6th, according to his family. He ended his career with a 4-year stint on Tommy Lasorda's bench. That would be from 1977 to 1980. So I vaguely remember him, which tells you how old I am. He died in Caracas, and in Caracas, one thing they don't do is math, because they can't figure out if he was either 84 or 87. And so if you can't even figure out his age, I'm not even sure if it's a good idea to tell you what they think the cause of death is. You can't add and subtract whole numbers. Let's not try to explain pancreatic cancer. Or whatever he had. UCLA edge rusher Laiatu Laitu will forego the LA Bowl this weekend against Boise State so that he can prepare for the NFL draft, according to Bruins coach Chip Kelly. Laitu won the Lombardi Award, which is given to the nation's best defenseman. He was also named Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year. And can you blame that decision for being made? The guy recorded 13 sacks, 21 and a half tackles for loss. If you are wondering where he stands in terms of draftability, Mel Kiper of ESPN thinks he is the 10th best overall player in the draft. But he's also considered the top outside linebacker. Rushing the quarterback is a highly desirable quality. So if you think he's going number 10 or later, you're begging. He's going to go much higher. Possibly top 5. Possibly. The Orange County Register is reporting that UCLA defensive line coach forgive me, I know I'm going to mispronounce the guy's name. Ikea Malo will serve as defensive coordinator for the LA Bowl game. I would mention who he is replacing, but that's a sore spot with a lot of UCLA fans. And defensive back John Humphrey has entered the transfer portal. The dude was very useful for UCLA. He started 11 games last year, 31 tackles, couple of picks. The Lakers will, in fact, raise a banner for winning the in-season tournament. And to be honest with you, I'm completely grossed out by it. The banner is going to be the representation of a giant photo of Justin Herbert's finger to me, because it's not a real title. So it doesn't deserve a banner. I was scrolling Twitter yesterday, and there's an LAFC apologist who claims that the team did, in fact, win a title last year, the MLS Western Conference Championship. And if there is one thing we absolutely swear by here at Faithful Angelenos, is that there is only one champion. One. LA has won hundreds of titles. We don't have to worry about things like conferences and divisions. Winning a division does not make you a champion. Winning a conference does not make you a champion. And for damn sure, winning some half-assed round-robin cash grab tournaments doesn't make you a champion either. I will gladly die on that hill. The champion is the one that gets the parade. The champion is the one that gets the rings and the ticker tape. You know, where the players at the end of the parade, they take the mic and they scream in a microphone about how they did it for the greatest fans in the world, even though all of those players are looking at us like a bunch of drunken slobs, because we are. But back to the talk of the banner. It breaks with Lakers tradition. You cannot get your number retired with the Lakers unless you are in the NBA Hall of Fame, the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. So what does that tell me? If the Lakers are raising this banner, I'll tell you what it tells me. It tells me that the commissioner's office was leaning like hell on Jeannie Buss to make this garbage tournament look legitimate. I believe that. I believe that Adam Silver was blowing up Jeannie Buss's phone saying, "Where's the banner?" Absolutely believe it. Earlier this morning, Giorgio Chiellini took to social media to announce his retirement from soccer. The left back, or center back, I should say, from LAFC, dude's 39, and his last 2 years were with the Black and Gold, which includes, by the way, the team's only MLS Cup win. He was an Italian legend, captained the national team, played for Juventus from 2005 to 2022. That was a run, by the way, that included 9 consecutive Serie A titles. Then he comes to MLS as a middle-aged man, and the league decides to run him into the ground. Good job, MLS. The dude played 45 matches last year. That is nuts. Meanwhile, the Galaxy have sent left back Raheem Edwards to CF Montreal for $400,000 in something called general allocation money. I'm a huge MLS fan, love the Galaxy. I will not even attempt to explain their salary cap rules to you because they're ridiculous. They have things called designated players, general allocation money, something else called TAM. I don't care. I really don't. Edwards played 2 years with the Galaxy, 6 teams in his MLS career overall. He's even pretty young. He's 28. He's entering his physical prime. And he'll be in the running because of that for a starting gig over with Montreal, while the Galaxy have an Argentinian that they really want to give a shot to, Julian Aude. So we'll see what happens there. Former LA Kings winger Tony Granato, who helped LA get to their first ever Stanley Cup Finals appearance in the 1990s, has been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. After his playing career, he did spend a little time coaching Colorado. He left his current position as a TV analyst to focus on his health. Granato's in the United States Hockey Hall of Fame, scored 248 goals in his career. So say a prayer for the man. It is not just Russell Westbrook who has seen his minutes get slashed since the James Harden trade. The same for PJ Tucker, who came to LA with Harden in the first place. Tucker has not played at all in the last 6 Clippers games. The Athletic is reporting that Tucker is getting annoyed with playing just 14 minutes per game. That's a career low, and that could signal him either getting traded or getting his contract bought out. After a tough day losing in Baltimore for the Rams, Tutu Atwell is in the concussion protocol. And tight end Hunter Long, the guy who came to LA in the Jalen Ramsey trade, he is out for the year with a knee injury. The Rams might only have one tight end available for Sunday. That would be rookie Davis Allen. Talk about being tossed into the deep end of the pool. Tyler Higbee injured his neck last week, by the way. But on the plus side, they're playing Washington, so there's that. By the way, the Rams hold the number 14th draft pick, if you are wondering, but you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me about the Chargers situation. Are you a fire Staley guy, or are you just a burn the whole damn thing down guy? Can you, in fact, make $680 million disappear? And if so, are you going to be appearing at the MGM Grand? And if you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.